episode of HypnoMum and Ayla. Finally!
Finally!
It seems like we're becoming a seasonal podcast. Summer, winter.
Well, we do our best, but...
Could be a nice New Year's resolution for us.
Yeah, to do more often, because it seems that people are really waiting for the next episode. So.
Yeah, that's nice. It's nice from people who've given us feedback that they're listening. So that really motivates us to record more podcasts.
Yes.
And today is a special holiday edition.
Yes.
Yeah. For the title of the episode, I went to hypnotist and I think I was not hypnotized. That is me. That is my story. And this is the hypnotist that I went to see. Yeah. Good advertisement for you, Mom.
Oh, very good.
No, we were talking about when I was younger, like 19. I guess that's when we did it the first time, around that age.
18, 19 years, yes.
Yeah. I asked my mom to hypnotize me, to help me with some personal things that were going on in my life. And I think we did it, 3-4 times? Something like that, or maybe even more, I don't know. But I always thought, Mom, I was not hypnotized.
No.
And the painful thing for me about it was that I did a session with my mom, and then she would be like, oh, I had this amazing session with Ayla. I learned so much from it, and I felt so embarrassed. I was like, oh, but I was faking it.
No, but that was before you asked for your issues. And then I just wanted to try things out. And one of the things trying out was, well, does regression, and regression means going back to an earlier time.
Yeah.
Does that work?
Ah, I was your guinea pig.
Yes, you were a guinea pig. You forgot about that completely. And for me, it was
selective memory.
Mind-blowing. I could not imagine what happened. And the only thing I did was bring her into hypnosis. And then I gave the suggestion, at the count of 5, you'll be a small girl and you're very happy playing. And what happened next, nobody prepared me for that. But she talked like a 3-year-old girl in a voice that I knew from her as a 3-year-old girl. And I never gave her that assignment. It just happened spontaneously. And I was, whoa, this stuff really works.
And that's why we do this podcast, because for the outsider, it's obvious that I was in regression.
Yeah.
And still, a person can be deeply regressed and have this belief that they were not hypnotized like I had.
Yeah.
So that's why we do this podcast, because there are so many people, and actually we encounter them during trainings as well, right? Doubting.
Keeping on doubting. Yeah. And then their analytical mind is taking a run with them, which makes it even harder to enter hypnosis.
Yeah.
And still things happen.
Yeah, so this is basically for people who went to hypnotist and doubt, were they hypnotized? To give you moral support and let you know that the chances you were hypnotized are higher than you think. But also for hypnotists who worry if they have clients who say that after a session, and how to deal with it. So we wanted to discuss our earlier experience of working together in that way, or basically me being a guinea pig for you and me not believing it. And it is interesting because it took me, I think, only until I started teaching myself to really believing that in those earlier experiences I was in fact hypnotized. I think there was an aha moment literally when I was teaching and I was explaining something to the class, and I was like, oh, wait a minute.
There's one small hair resting on your nose.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. So I think that's interesting, and we have a very special bonus at the end of this episode. So
yeah, that is world shocking, but we'll keep that. Da-da-da-da.
No, you have to give the teaser.
The teaser.
You have to give the teaser.
You gave the teaser.
I'd give the teaser. So we thought it would be fun if we would do a regression again. old school for us, that mom would bring me back to a childhood memory. So we did that, and you can judge for yourself, was I hypnotized or not. So that will be included as a bonus at the end of this episode.
And we have a bonus.
Oh, seriously?
Seriously, I thought you were directing to that. No, we had some very, very good news from the research.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's more of a bonus to you. Yeah. Yeah, we have news, exciting news.
Perhaps we start with the news.
Yes, let's start with news. We'll start with the item news.
Yeah.
You can share this news.
Yes, well, about 6 years ago, a very exciting research started in Zurich, in Switzerland, about the states of hypnosis. And below this podcast, you can find the link, because it is published 100%. You do not have to go behind the paywall to get the research, but it really proves in neurological research that hypnosis can be identified as a separate state. But now here comes the thing. They did not identify one state. No, the research identified 2 states. And the 2 states are somnambulism, as we define it in our training, and the Asdale state, how we define it. And that can be a bit tricky, because I read a lot of books, and this book writes about somnambulism in a complete other way than another book. So when you read books about these terms, always check the definitions, because I've seen it defined from a waking state until a deep trance state, and you have to be aware what are they talking about. But this state, as we call it, is very nicely defined, and it is now proven in a very robust research. And I guess, Ayla, we need to do a podcast about this.
That's a good idea, yeah.
Yeah, because we are now stepping forward to our very exciting topic on the regression and hypnosis state.
That's a nice bridge, because we will definitely do a podcast about the scientific research to explain it in layman terms, I guess, that you understand the findings, and it's really exciting. We hope it's going to be a big step forward for our profession to go to the general health, to get into the general health space. How do you say that?
Yeah, the big problem is that there is so much research on the efficacy of hypnosis, and less clarity about, but what does it do in the brain? Is there even proof that it exists? And now this proof is there. So that is really solid, very solid.
We have solid proof, yeah. So, and 2 states, somnambulism and Asdale state. And we're going to focus now on somnambulism, because why is somnambulism such an interesting state? Well,
you can do a lot of therapeutic things in it. You can work with pain, and you can do regression.
Exactly. And that's what this episode is about. Regression.
Yeah.
So what is regression? Regression is going back to an earlier time in your life and reliving it, basically. Is that right?
Yes, it's, and reliving it, you can even define it more specific. It's like you have this event for the first time. Now, Ayla, you were back in a swimming pool in Mombasa.
Yes.
How was that?
Well, they didn't see that yet.
No, but we have to have a little bit of teasers, isn't it? Otherwise, we cannot comment on the regression.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, so I went back to a swimming pool in Mombasa, Kenya. I was swimming there. I don't know. I was more associated with the emotions, because I was there with a particular person from my youth that I haven't seen in years, and that had a very important role in my life when I was growing up. So I felt a lot of emotions. I was crying, and I don't know, it's weird because you feel like a little girl and so much emotion. I don't know.
It was overwhelming.
It was overwhelming, yeah.
Yeah.
Just tears were flowing. It felt so, so much love. Like you were bursting with love. I don't know. That's a feeling that I have a lot.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know. I sometimes have that. I had it today because it's third Christmas Day in the Netherlands, and my grandmother was there with us as well. So, and she's 90 and she's amazing. We did a podcast with her, so you can meet her if you're interested. But yeah, you wonder, is it going to be her last Christmas? So
Yeah, she's very frail, and every year she's there again.
yes,
Still going strong.
yeah,
And then we have this relaxing chair, and sometimes she leaves the chair with us noticing because she has to go to the bathroom.
yeah,
And then if you see how cleverly she drops herself back without falling on the floor.
yeah,
It's cute.
yeah. That's true. Yeah, yeah. So that was the regression that I experience now. But let's talk about that first regression where I started talking like a 3-year-old. And you were like with tears in your eyes because you knew that as a mother. And I was just thinking like, I'm making this up. This is fake. I'm just helping my mom. I'm just pretending.
And you didn't notice that you were really speaking in another time frame.
No.
So you didn't notice your change in voice, like really being that of a 3-4-year-old girl that I knew.
Yeah.
If I asked you now to fake yourself as a 3-4-year-old, can you do that?
Well, I would feel embarrassed now in front of the camera.
Yeah, you can imagine something, but it was spontaneously, so naturally that it caught me off guard. It was really amazing. That was the first regression I ever did with somebody and experienced. Yeah. So we talked a lot about it, and from that the idea grew. Well, you can never, I guess it will be hard to bring her back, Ayla, back to that particular moment. So we didn't even try. We just trusted on, now let's see what happens if we bring you to a period where at least you know English. Although I can imagine that also this could have happened talking English, because I did regressions with people whom it was not the natural language.
Yeah, true.
And but also you can speak with the baby in the womb, and then people say, yeah, hey, that baby doesn't know how to talk. No, you have to see it is the adult mind is present who gives a representation of what the younger part, which is still there, we have an inner child which is still there, represents. So, and yes, if you are really looking at it from a scientific, how do you say, analytic way, you can bash it under the table. Of course you can. But what we see in practice is that a lot of people, through reliving in a way that is not hurtful but that is healing, that they have tremendous benefits of it. And this was what we did with Ayla. It was a fun regression.
Yeah, there was no therapeutic goal behind it. No. But regression, at least at OMNI, we use it to resolve an issue, and that's why we call it regress to cause and fix it. And that's a very important part, because if you go back to an event without fixing it, then it can open a wound that was closed, but the wound was nevertheless there always.
Yes, it is like a pot of fire on a stove, and the lid is on it. What happens is that you remove the lid and the fire can burn out, it can dissolve. That is what we do, but we do it in a way that it is not hurtful. It goes very fast, and we quench the fire very quickly. And if you go to somebody doing regression without fixing it, then it's like an open fire. So
Yeah.
you need to find people who really know how to fix it.
Yeah, then it can bring huge relief.
And these stories we really hear, oh, I went to a hypnotherapist and it got worse. And usually it are people not trained in regression. And when you do hypnosis, the subconscious mind tends to be open to releasing stuff. And if a person is not trained how to deal with that, then the best thing they can do if you are not trained in regression is that you advise people to go to a regression therapist, an OMNI hypnotherapist, to just solve it, because all those things are so easily solved when you know the steps.
Yeah, true.
It's not rocket science.
Yeah,
that's more complicated.
Yeah. So that was one anecdote of what we did earlier, and you also taught me self-hypnosis, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, that's another. That was my aha moment when I was teaching. So you taught me self-hypnosis.
Yes.
And you gave me an audio file to listen daily.
Yeah.
To deepen the state. And I went on a holiday with my best friend at the time, and it was the best holiday I ever had. And I was listening to that tape, I think 3 times a day. And in the tape there was the sentence that every day you're getting happier and happier, more satisfied, more happy, something along those lines. And so that's something I've now come to realize, being a therapist and monitoring the results also of my clients, that sometimes a change can be transformational. That's awesome when it happens, and that's when mostly people around that person see the transformation. But a lot of the times the transformation is subtle. Mm-hmm. And the way I see it is like, with hypnosis, we change what is normal to you. And so when a person comes for therapy, you're looking for an extraordinary change. But as soon as the change has happened, it's already normal. So it doesn't seem extraordinary anymore. So sometimes these things can be subtle. So that was my experience with that tape, that I got that suggestion repeatedly 3 times a day that I'm going to be happier, more satisfied. I never thought to link it to that audio tape.
No.
I just thought, I have an amazing holiday. My friends, I also recommended them to listen to this audio tape.
So somehow you must have had a clue, but not consciously.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I remember one friend got scared because I was laying on the beach and I was listening to it, and he was like, "Oh, you look dead. All your muscles are so calm." And then I said, "No, I'm doing a hypnosis audio. You want to listen?" And he loved it. I think he went to bed with it every night.
Without even learning the technique.
Yes. Yeah.
But that was not all our experience together. Do you remember the time you needed to finish?
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go. That's your story to tell. That's her.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell it.
So you asked help because you couldn't concentrate. So basically what I did...
No, explain it properly. I had an exam, right?
Yeah, okay.
I had an exam. I was a student and I had an exam, and I was a good student because I had a very active social life. So I prioritized my social life over my academics. But of course I knew academics is also important. So I allocated 1 weekend to study. And I thought, maybe I have a hypnotist, maybe she can help me.
So I did. I brought her into hypnosis, and the big secret is I never brought her out.
Yeah.
No, but hypnosis wears off when you fall asleep and everything. But it helped her because I told her, you study for 20 minutes, then your eyes are glued to the screen or the book, whatever. And then you take a break, and she was so frenetic studying. The day worked well, and you passed.
I passed, with a C. Exactly what I needed. But the thing is, normally when you do hypnosis on a person, you take them out of hypnosis, an exduction or an emerging technique. And it goes something like, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. On the number 3, you open your eyes, you're back in the here and now. She did it slightly different. What did you say exactly?
I cannot recall.
I think it was something along the lines of, in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I say 3, you open your eyes and you're going to start studying.
Yeah, that's what
So never like a formal emerging.
Yeah.
This is, by the way, a question that's often asked. What happens if you do not re-emerge a person out of hypnosis?
Well,
This
first
happens.
of all, this is not what we do in our therapy, of course. Ayla was safely at home. She was not supposed to go out. I was her mom watching her, and she just went to sleep, and the state wore off.
Yeah.
That is very important to
Yeah.
say. So, but
Allegedly, the state wore off, but I don't know. I'm doing your work now, so.
yeah, that's
Kidding.
still the question.
Kidding. Yeah. No, parents are always the primary hypnotist of their
Yeah.
children, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So, yeah, the state wears off, and you are more times in hypnosis, like most hypnotists know. We have the highway hypnosis. When you are in love, you're in hypnosis. When you are at the movies, you're in a form of hypnosis. And when the lights go on, you come back to your normal self. So it would be terrible if you would be dependent on the hypnotist to bring you back out of hypnosis. So
Yeah.
Basically that's it.
And that's also a great thing to explain to your clients. I like that, especially for the people who we do this podcast for. I went to a hypnotist. I don't think I was hypnotized. So the people who, we have those students sometimes who struggle to go into hypnosis, that analytical mind keeps running, and compare it to watching a movie. You automatically make that transition, right? When you watch a movie, you slowly get into the movie, you get emotional while watching the movie. But if you would constantly be analyzing yourself, am I already into this movie? Am I feeling it? Then you are taking yourself out of that experience.
Yeah, well, I have this experience when you're watching a very interesting detective and somebody saying, oh, that's a famous actor. He will have done it. So you are pulled out of the story. And you don't like it's like sitting next to the director of the movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So hypnosis is something to be experienced, not thought of, not analyzed. You have to just allow it to happen naturally. And I think my experiences working with my mom have been very helpful also in helping my clients, I guess, to...
Yeah, what you always say when you first went into, at least you didn't think you went into hypnosis, but you were expecting to experience not a 3D but a 4D movie.
Yeah.
And you know, we've all been programmed from very young on how hypnosis is supposed to be. Look at all these comics where you see where people have this saucer, how do you call that? Een schoteltje?
Oh, I don't know.
But then you have these round things with these circles and they are like zombies. So people are expecting that because they were taught that as a child through these comics and through movies and Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and everything. So that's what was programmed in first. So it really takes time to remove these prejudices on what hypnosis is supposed to be. And that is a disappointment because you are not in a mystical surrounding landscape. It is a state you already know because it's a deep, relaxed state where your creativity blossoms, where you get into the flow. So we already know the state. And that's why people see it as a disappointment. Is this everything?
Yeah.
And and then people discover more often they enter hypnosis, they discover like, oh, but I do feel so relaxed, and I do feel that I have peace of mind very quickly, and basically that's it.
Yeah.
But then it has these awesome things that you can be operated on without feeling any pain. You can have more focus, so you can dig up old memories and everything.
Yeah, true. And get a C with only 2 days of studying for a university exam.
Yeah, that's an exciting thing. Ayla, I think we are talking already a long time and we have to put on the thing as well. But
Yeah.
there is one very interesting thing you want to mention
Oh.
for the US viewers. What are you going to do next year?
Oh yes, that's very interesting indeed. I'm gonna come to the US and teach the OMNI curriculum in New York and Atlanta. So if you want to take the OMNI training, please do it with me and come to New York or Atlanta for 8 days of fun. Right?
Okay,
Yeah?
great. Now I have exciting news as well.
Yes?
Yeah, I will be a speaker at the HypnoThoughts convention. So
That is very exciting, yes.
So we
Yeah.
are going to travel to Las Vegas.
True, yeah.
And the year after, you will be a speaker there as well. I'm certain about it.
We'll see. But what else did I want to mention? Oh yeah, and you wrote a book.
Oh, oh yeah. Okay, yeah. That's a month ago. So many things happened already.
Yeah, my mother wrote a book. It's very interesting. It is Nilo the Nautilus.
Yes.
The hypnotic journey of Nilo the Nautilus.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a young Nautilus who discovers the power of hypnosis to overcome his fears and live a more fulfilled life. But it's a book to help people navigate all the misconceptions around hypnosis. And on our hypnosis community, you can listen this as a free audiobook. It's really awesome.
In Dutch for the moment.
Oh, at the moment just in Dutch. Oh yeah, I was supposed to. I have something to do. I have to narrate it in English. So coming soon.
Coming. Well, enjoy the regression and we'll be back in 2024.
See you then.
I wish you a very nice year's end and the very best wishes for the coming year.
Same from me.
And we hope to see you either in the Netherlands or in the United States and definitely in Switzerland, which we are going to travel in November next year.
Yes. Hope to meet you soon.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
So, Ayla.
Yes, Mom.
Are you ready for a transformative journey into your mind?
Oh, I didn't know it was going to be transformative, but sure.
For the video it is, not for therapy.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that sounds better. Yeah.
No. Ayla, are you ready for an explorative journey into your mind?
Yeah, this excites me more, yeah.
Okay. Let's go.
Yes, let's go.
Okay. Take in a deep breath, hold it, and yes! Let yourself drift deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper with every exhale. Drifting deeper and deeper. To get used to this state, I will count from 10 to 3 and allow your mind to drift even deeper and deeper relaxed. 10. Body relaxed, mind relaxed. 9. Deeper and deeper. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Ayla, when your mind is so relaxed, you can visit all kinds of events in your past that are slightly forgotten, that are still in your inner memory. I want to take you to an exciting journey or to an exciting event when you were a little girl and living in Kenya and having fun. So I will count from 5 to 1. At the count of 5, just want to be there. Do not try to be there, but want to be there at the count of 5. 1, traveling back in time. 2, to an early place in time in Kenya where you enjoyed yourself. 3, becoming smaller. 4, arms, legs, everything smaller. 5, there you are, and just say, is it daytime or nighttime? Are you inside or outside? Outside. Are you alone or somebody with you?
Mary is there.
Okay, Mary is there. Okay, and where are you? What place are you?
I'm outside.
You're outside.
Yes.
And what place is outside? Near the water?
Water tank.
Oh, near the water tank. So you're at your house. Ah, okay. What are you doing at the water tank?
I'm checking if there's water.
Checking if there's water. Okay. Ah, and is there water? Yes. What does that mean?
Then we can take a bath.
You can take a bath. Oh, how do you feel about being able to take a bath?
It's fun.
It's fun. Okay. So tell me, there is not always water?
No.
No? How come?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. And now there is. So you're so happy as what? Okay, good. You want to proceed or do we go elsewhere?
I want to go to Mary's house.
Okay. On the count of 3, you'll be at Mary's house. Don't try to think about it, just be there. 1, 2, 3. There you are. Tell me, what's happening at Mary's place?
We have to drink
You have to drink
tea that I don't like.
tea that you don't like. Oh, what's in it?
I don't know. It's like I don't like it.
You don't like it.
I have to drink it.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Goat milk or something.
Goat milk.
It's milk tea.
Ah, milk tea.
I don't want to drink it.
Ah,
You, Mom, you also don't want to drink it. I think.
okay. I am there as well. Okay. What am I doing? What am I saying?
I don't know, but you also don't like to drink it.
Okay. Perhaps I was the reason you didn't like it as well. Okay. Let's see if there is also fun at Mary's house. At the count of 3, you'll travel to something fun. 1, 2, 3. There you are. Tell me. Where are you?
We're in the swimming pool.
Oh, you're in the swimming pool? What's happening? Why are you sad?
I don't know, I'm happy.
Oh, you're happy. Oh, it's such a nice memory.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Tell me, where is the swimming pool?
It's in Mombasa.
Oh, okay. How does the water feel?
I don't know, Mary is there.
Yeah?
I'm just so happy that Mary is there. She's also swimming with me.
Okay. Oh, that is fun.
Yeah.
What do you see around you?
The beach.
Uh-huh.
But I like the swimming pool more.
Uh-huh.
It's very big.
Uh-huh.
And it has you swim under a bridge.
Yeah.
And you can also jump off the bridge into the water. And there is a surfboard in the water. And Mary is on that surfboard.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, I'm just happy to be with Mary.
Okay.
I missed her.
Mm-hmm. I see. Well, are you alone or except for Mary? Or
Yeah, just the two of us.
just the two of you?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Is there somewhere else you want to travel? You want to stay here for a while?
I don't know.
You don't know. I think we have a lot of exciting things. Shall I bring you back to the here and now?
Yeah.
Drink in this memory of the beautiful Mombasa, the very beautiful temperature of the water. Feel yourself swimming and enjoying, and take that joy with you to the here and now. I will count from 1 to 3, then you'll be back in the here and now. 1, 2, 3, back in the here and now. And now I will count you back completely out of hypnosis in 3 counts. 1, feel yourself coming back completely as the adult Ayla. 2, move your legs, your feet, everything to really get back into the here and now, but also in your normal state of awareness. At the count of 3, open your eyes completely back into here and now. 3, open your eyes completely back. Wow! What was that?
Yeah, I didn't expect that to come up. I don't know. It was the water tank, but I was also smelling Mary's place next to the water tank she was living, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
But then you brought me to her house, but her house was somewhere else. Do you remember that when we had we had to drink something?
Oh, I now remember. So yeah, I was confused because she had a little room next to our house, but she also had her house with her family.
Yes.
And you traveled back to where her family was living, and she as well.
Yeah.
And there we had this nasty drink.
What was it?
I don't know, but your estimate of a goat milk or something, of an uji she made or something.
Yeah.
The uji is a porridge.
Yeah. Oh. Wow. Yeah, and we went. She came with us once to Mombasa, right?
That's that's right.
I don't know why I started crying like that. I don't know, but I was there in that swimming pool with her, and it was just the 2 of us, and yeah, interesting. Yeah, so maybe we have to give our viewers some context.
Yeah, we'll do that in another scene.
Oh, yeah, no, I think we can explain it now. So,
that's good. Yeah.
So we forgot to give this context because we weren't sure that we wanted to do a regression, but we were not sure if we would how it would go, you know. So when I was a child, we lived in Kenya for 6 years, and we had a cleaning lady who lived in the house with us, but she was also taking care of me and my brothers and my little sister. So she's almost like a second mom, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? Well, yeah. At least for my brother, who was born in Kenya. And who, interestingly enough, he started speaking Swahili, right? Or was that Tina?
After we moved back
to... Tina started, okay, no, but yeah, so we were discussing where should we regress back to, and we were discussing should we do it in Dutch or in English, but we said we should do it in English, and then I said, oh, then you regress me back to Kenya, because as I was living in Kenya, I was also speaking English. So that was the idea.
That is the idea.
Yeah.
But the idea comes from much earlier.
Oh, the light goes off.
Cut.
Yeah, so the idea was to go back to Kenya, but we didn't discuss where in Kenya. It just came up spontaneous, and I would have never guessed beforehand. The water tank, yeah. So in Kenya, it didn't rain as much, and we were dependent on the rain, I guess, for water.
There was, how do you call that, just lines, but it never functioned.
What? Oh, pipes.
Pipes, yes.
Oh, they didn't work.
And we found out 2 weeks before moving that there was a problem with our connection. And we would have had 4 or 5 years different life if we would have known, because only when there was a full pressure on the tank would we get water.
Oh, yeah.
So,
and that would be fun, because then we could take a bath. Now everybody is thinking that we were neglected as children. No. But it was fun. Because I remember that we were in the bathtub, the 4 of us, but there was always like this much water. Like little water, and then if it was the full tank, then we could have a shower on top of it. So.
Yeah, and when the bath was ready, it was used for the first round of in the washing machine and everything.
Oh.
And then it would go into the toilet.
Oh, wow. We were very sustainable with water back then.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was kind of a mix of memories, and then Mombasa was this coast place that we would holiday, and I loved swimming as a child. So if you brought me to a fun memory, it's going to be with a swimming pool, and Mary was there. So that was an interesting discovery, like you promised at the start.
Yeah.
So, but the name of this podcast is I went to a hypnotist and I don't think I was hypnotized. Do you think I was hypnotized?
Well, please write comments below, because we are very curious what you are going to think about this.
Yeah.